Hey guys, yeah, I just wanted to come on here, and by the time you watch this video, I'll be at home, and basically the reason you'll see pictures appearing in front of me or the side of me is because of the fact that I have sent this to file mail, the file mail app, I should say, so that I can download it on my computer at home and use the Cyber Power Director to do a video, which you are watching right now, I should say. But yeah, as I mentioned before, my store here, I should say, is going through some renovations, some new changes. As I mentioned before, we got the Disney store coming, we got an Ultra Beauty coming. We basically, if you see them on the screen, these are the mini stores that we're getting: a Disney, an Ultra Beauty, and a mini Apple store. Now, with that said, along with some of these changes, of course, certain departments have to be relocated, either permanently or temporarily. And as a result, the areas where they used to be at are going to be the new homes for the basically for for some of the stores that are coming in. For example, the image you'll probably see up here right now, this is where a lot of the books and music and other things like Funko figures, NECA figures, that used to be. Basically, a lot of what you would normally find at, let's say, at a Barnes & Noble or Borders or wherever, or even some of the stuff you kind of find, like, let's say, at a convention or at a game shop or whatever, or a multimedia place like Hastings, or even Best Buy, but mostly something like Hastings and Borders and Barnes & Noble and, like I say, some game stops and places and even conventions. Most of that has been moved. But the question is, where has it been moved, you might ask? Well, the real answer is in this next picture. They have been moved to the front area. Mainly, this area used to be where the girls' clothing was at one point, but that's been moved to another side of the store, and now in its place you have the movies, you have the music, you have albums, you have all the books, you have the Funko and NECA figures and all that. Even some being brought out that we haven't seen over in the electronics area, because even though there was space for it, this has provided even more space. Now, obviously, I couldn't show you the other side just yet, due to reasons of, hey, I don't want to get my ass in trouble, if you know what I mean. I don't think they'd say anything, but still, this is like basically one of the reasonings why Target, not just the one I'm at, but a lot of Targets across the country are going through these renovations. And this is pretty much going to be a very similar result, which, that's happening here, which has occurred and will occur at other Targets around the country. That basically, for example, the entertainment, instead of being like the entertainment portion, the music, the movies and all that, instead of being in the area where you would associate them to be at, instead they will be up in the front. Now, whether or not this is a temporary solution or permanent one, that's going to be up to Target itself. I would assume the way it's set up and everything, that it might just be permanent. Not saying it's going to be temporary, but it just might be permanent the way it's set up. Now, it might be temporary to where once they get the mini Apple store in there, they'll pretty much put everything back to the way it was, or at least, back in the area where it was associated with. But then again, and like I said, this might be a permanent deal. Now, that's one area. The department across from electronics, where this was at, the toys. Well, when you go further down to the left side of the aisle, the main aisle, That pretty much, from what I'm understanding, is being described as the area. Hold on for a second. Sorry about that. I had to drink some of my Starbucks and somebody was coming and I didn't want them to think I was filming them. But like I said, if you go down the, like let's say, this section of where the toys is, like this is, like where that little pipe is right there, little hose thing. Like if you go down towards that, you know, imagine that being like the, where the Starbucks bottle is pointing. Imagine that being like the end of the toy aisle and beginning of the clothing aisle. Well, from what I understand, that potentially could be the area, maybe, that the Disney Store portion of the renovation is going to be set up. That's from what I'm understanding. From what I'm understanding. Now, again, could I be wrong? Absolutely, no doubt about it. I could be wrong. But the other area that's possibly going to be moved around is the other clothing area near the jewelry. Because from what I understand, that is where we will get the Ultra Beauty. That's right. That's where we will get the Ultra Beauty. So we'll see what happens there. But it looks like that might be the section where we used to have Pizza Hut and everything. That might be Ultra Beauty. We're not really sure. But we'll see what they do. But anyway, guys, I just wanted to come on here real quickly and let you guys and give you guys a bit of an update on the status of the renovations, the remodeling that's taking place, and exactly what's being, you know, put into the changes, if you will, to make this happen, and potentially where some of the mini stores and stuff will be located at, as well as basically where certain departments may be relocated at temporarily or permanently. But let me know what your guys' thoughts are on this. Let me know if you've ever dealt with this before, if you've worked at a store, a major retailer that's gone through something like this in the past. How do you feel about it? Comment below, like, share, donate, premiere. We're Super Chats and Super Stickers are open and would be appreciated, whatever you guys can do. Also check me out at Venmo, at Brian-Walmart-2, and at Cash App at BWRoses98. But let me know what your thoughts are, guys. I got to get into work, and I will talk to you all later.